The WAC, or the Women's Army Corps, was created in July 1942 and ended on October 29th, 1978. It was 36 years old. It was created as a way to enable women to serve in non-combative positions. We did get regular Army pay, but not government life insurance. We did get VA benefits, but limited. And we were different. We were not taught to shoot a gun. The reason at that time was they were too close to the commandant's office. Well, why in the world would you build a shooting range just below the Commodore's office? People are just learning how to shoot. That makes no sense. I said that. And we'll talk about KP. So, we were not allowed to go on bivouacs. We did learn how to march. We were allowed to be in parades or, stand in parade on the fields for special events. But we were not required to do anything other than iron our skirts, go to school, and do jumping jacks. We didn't drive tanks. We didn't fly planes. We didn't shoot guns. Everything that women now get to do. They combined Women's Army Corps with the regular Army in 1978. And women were then allowed to go on combat missions, trained for combat, in everything. And it's took years to get that done. But before it was combined, we were restricted to do many things. Most things the Army does. Most things that men do. We were all volunteers. During the Vietnam War, this was not appreciated. I had men spit on me as I'm walking down the street to go to work. We had armed male guards with guns walking the perimeters of our barracks. That's how dangerous it was at Fort Ord at that time for women. Men were angry. They were drafted. Why in the world would we volunteer? Mostly we did secretarial jobs. I changed my MO like 4 times. I was an E5 when I got out, and I was a 3-striper in boot camp. So the picture shows the black thing. That's an armband for a 3-striper, which is not a real sergeant, but a sergeant in boot camp among the cadets. It was a different world. It really was. So that's pretty basic. We had to do KP. My commandant at boot camp told me I had done the most KP she'd ever seen. In other words, I was not a good recruit until I made up my mind to be one. I was, the first few weeks you learn, and when I couldn't march and got punished by sleeping with a rock, I don't even want to go there. I did a video on this. You'll find it in my early videos. I was determined to learn how to march. Every free minute, I wasn't writing letters, I was marching outside. And that's how I got the 3 stripes, because I would drill everybody on marching to the rest of the cadets. So it was kind of interesting. We ran big buffers. I didn't do well. I took mine down a flight of stairs and broke it. KP. And KP is kitchen duty. So, after the meals, you get to, lucky you, and I have pictures, and I need to find them and post them, of me and the guys, I was the only female normally there, doing dishes. KP carrying out the food, the trash. And they were helping me carrying out the trash, and they laughed because it's you again. I go, yeah, it's me again. They all recognize me. So it was very different. And I think, I don't know, to be honest with you, I hated being restricted to a telephone operator or a secretary, or I wanted to drive a tank. I wanted to drive a truck. I wanted to be a helicopter mechanic. I loved trucks. I loved helicopters. And I loved tanks. I'd give anything to drive a tank, even today. Well, not anything, but I'd like to drive a tank before I die. That's never going to happen, but it's always been a dream. And really, if I did, I would have to demand that I run over a car, because I want to see how smashed up it gets by the tank. You know, revenge. Anyway, so that's the difference. You know, I feel we were more carefree then. I don't know what it's like being in the military now. I talk to as many women in the service as I can. One was a fighter pilot here at Walmart. I talked to her. I've talked to, they've done all kinds, and one did drive a tank, and I went, oh my gosh, that's my dream job. They're very different. They're very different. I think we had a little more fun and freedom as a separate unit. Once you get into the Army, it's a whole different ballgame. They do bivouacs, they do things that we should have been doing. We should have been doing, but it wasn't the time, it wasn't the place. And so I just wanted, I haven't done a video, you know, telling a few stories or just talking. And I thought I should. I've gotten away from that, and I don't mean to get away from it, but I so want to give information on solar and refrigeration and things you really need to know. And I just keep getting more and more people saying that they're going to go into a van, and I really, really want to help them. I want to help the transition as best I can to make you more able to deal with what you have to deal with. So that's my talk. That's all it is. Pretty simple. I thank you for watching. Please view my videos, like, and subscribe. Camo.